Into your arms, I'm drawing near to dwell with you. It's my only heart's desire. Good evening. Come on in, you guys. Go ahead and tag and share and invite someone. Purify my heart. Draw me closer than before, closer than I've ever been. Good evening, everyone. Come on in and go ahead and share. Go ahead and invite someone. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. All I can do is follow you sometimes. Purify my Good evening. Is this your declaration? Is this what you are asking? One of the things that you are asking him in this particular season? Or are you focused on what you may be currently going through, your circumstances, your situation, what you went through in the past? Is this your declaration? Are you asking him to draw you close? Are you trying to increase your relationship with him so that you can commune, so that you can have clarity to whatever you may be going through, so you can stop going in the same cycle? Is this what you're asking him in this season, in this time of your life? Or are you having a pity party? Are you stuck? I'm not even going to say stuck on stupid. Are you stuck in your mind? Are you stuck in your heart? Are you stuck? And are you feeling like you can't move? Is this what you're asking him? To gain a better understanding of what you may not know due to what may be going on around you. Are you asking him this? To God, please wrap me in your arms. Draw me closer to you. Surrendering my will into yours. Are these the things that you're asking? Are you asking for material stuff? Are you stuck because somebody left you or dropped you? Worried about who's saying what, stuck in your past? These are the things that you're asking. Well, before I even get, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. If you're new to Wisdom Wednesday, welcome. I'm Coach L, Dr. P, whatever that you desire to call me, except for calling me outside the names of the things that God has given me, the names that He's given me based on my assignment or my natural born name. I give honor to you. Thank you to those who come and join me regularly every week for Wisdom Wednesday, for a brief word of encouragement, words of transformation, word of correction, instruction, wherever it may hit you at your doorstep. I'm grateful and I'm thankful for the opportunity to be a voice in this time, in this season, to be a voice in my purpose based on my assignment. I always say I don't do this because I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm wasting time, whatever the case may be. This is a God assignment. And until He tells me to stop or don't do it no longer, I will continue to give and to do Wisdom Wednesday. I'm grateful and I'm honored that He has chosen me to bring and give brief words of encouragement every week to help somebody. Those of you that do know me, I am the purpose pusher. Why do I call myself the purpose pusher? Because that's my assignment. I'm a midwife. I assist individuals and pushing them and help to push them into their purpose, into maximizing their full potential of what God has called them and who God has called them to be. So I don't do this by happenstance. I don't do this because I ain't got nothing else to do. I do this because it's a purpose driven. So I give honor to you, to those who are tuned in, to those who may have came across the video, to those of you that are shared, to those of you to sow seeds into this particular ministry or different things that I may do under this ministry. I appreciate you. I will not be before you long, but I did come by to drop by this evening to ask you, how long will you stay there? How long will you stay there, bro? How long will you stay there, sis? How long will you stay there? That is a question that you need to ask yourself, but I'm asking you out loud because guess what? Some of you have wasted too much time staying there. Some of you continue every week, every day, every minute, every hour, waddling in the same thing, the same situation, the same cry, the same thing that you was talking about last week, 2 weeks ago, last month. With that, how long will you stay there? You staying there is not going to get you to where you're supposed to be. And see, it's time out for just staying there. What are you doing while you're there? Are you moping? Are you complaining? Are you just crying? Thinking, okay, these tears are going to move something. Our tears don't move anything. We got to put action into the things that God has told us to do. The Bible tells us weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So if you are not believing that what you're currently facing is going to change, your current circumstance, what you may be going through, the trials and the tribulations and the storm. If you don't understand that the time is now for you to really make up in your mind, listen, I refuse to stay right here. We're in the fourth quarter of the year. Some of you have not made any strides because you refuse to ask yourself, how long will I stay here? I've been here too long. It's time for me to get up and move. It's time for me to do something about this thing. It's time for me to stop feeling sorry for myself. It's time for me to make a conscious decision that God did, and He's going to do it again. He's doing it again. He's the one that can turn this situation, this thing around. He can change my mindset. He can change my comings and my goings. He can cut off and help me to be strong enough and give me the strength to cut off individuals of things I know that I should have let go of a long time ago. It's not about popularity. It's not about notoriety. It's not about being in particular cliques. It's not about it being attached to this and that because this looking like that. No, it's about what if God says. That song says, draw me closer, wrap me in your arms. In this season, that's who you should be trying to draw close to. He's who you should be asking, draw me, wrap me in your arms. Go, I don't want to remain here anymore. That needs to be what you're saying. Because having a pity party ain't going to do it. Waddling in your mess ain't going to do it. Playing victim ain't going to do it. It's not. It's time for you to get up and move. You can't expect new with the old. You can expect new, but you bringing in old stuff, old situations, old mindsets, old things, old people. You can't. The Bible says we can't put old wineskin into new, and it's the truth. So stop trying to do it. Stop trying to do it. Are you going to stay there? How long will you be there? How long will you speak things out of your mouth, but don't believe in your heart, and your actions are contrary from it? Stop wondering about what the people are saying, what they're going to say, how they're going to say it, who going to do it, who going to leave, who ain't. And understand that what God has for you is for you. If he did it before, he doing it again and again. But it's up to you to decide how long will you stay there. See, the problem with many people I see is that as long as everything is good and everything is feeling good everything is good. You smiling, you talking good. But it's when all hell breaks loose. It's when the floodgates, it's when the enemy is coming to you through things like a storm. It's when your children acting funny. It's when a job is telling you this is being this. No, your husband, your wife, your significant other, your dogs, whatever, is not acting in a way. And it's contrary to what it may feel good, that you lose sight of what he's already said. You forget what his promises already said. You start speaking contrary to what he said. When that song say trouble don't last always, some of you don't even believe that. Because sometimes we can prolong things because of our unbelief. The reason why the woman with the issue of blood was healed, because it was her faith. No matter what, she spent all her money. She wasn't even supposed to be where she was when she was. But she didn't care through hell or high water. She heard of a man that was coming. She heard of Jehovah Rapha. And she knew that if she can just get to that place, no matter what, that she would be free and healed of all of those years of spending money, going to the wrong people, seeking the wrong help. And all she had to do was ask God to wrap his arms around her, draw closer to him. And when she finally did that, she was healed because her faith made her whole. So how long will you stay there to understand that with the same tenacity, with the same endurance, with the same faith, with the same perseverance, you don't have to wait 12 years. You don't have to wait 36 years. You don't have to wait. But you got to make a mindset, have a mindset to change and say, listen, I won't stay here. I know a man. I know what he said. And although it may look like this right here, I will believe the word of the Lord. I'm confident in this thing right here, that he's going to do just what he said. So I came down this evening to ask you, how long will you stay there? How long will you play the victim? How long will you be, you allow the devil to play like you on your playground? How long will you play the victim? How long will you keep saying, woe is me, or what was done to you in your childhood? Yes, baby, it was plenty of things that were done in our childhood. But will you stay there? You 30-something, 20-something, 40, 50, 60, talking about, well, when I was 10, when I was this, go get you some help and trust and believe God. Ask him to draw you closer to him so that you can be delivered, healed, and set free. Because it can happen if you want it to. If you wanted to. It's time out for losing battles. It's time out for weak believers. It's time out to be just be thrown in a towel because times and trouble get on. It's time out. And we'll say we winners, then win in all areas. Listen, speak it. What he said until you see what he said. I always say that because you might not see it right now, but it's coming. It's going to happen. But you got to believe it. So I just came by this evening to say, how long will you stay there? Listen, how long you stay, it depends on you. If you ain't tired, then your situation ain't going to be tired. You're going to keep going in the same circles through the same cycles, doing the same thing. When you get tired, when your tide is tired, and you ask God to come in to intervene, to cast your cares upon him because he cared for you, to leave it there and not pick it back up, to trust him and go on about your business, that's when you will see. That's when you will experience. That's when you will know that you know. That no matter what, I can't remain there. I know a place. I know a man. And I got a purpose. So how long will you stay there? That determines you. That's something you need to ask yourself. Because, baby, we all gonna go through. Life be lifing. But it's up to you to depend. How long will you stay there? While you are there, while you're in your situation, I encourage you to see God's face. Worship him. Get in tune to him. Some of you looking at everything, being distracted by everything else that's around you. Addiction is not going to help it. Crying ain't going to help it. Retaliating ain't going to help it. Playing a victim ain't going to help it. Murmuring and complaining ain't going to help it. Oh, the list goes on. But I can tell you what can, surrendering everything into him and let him fight it. Let him take care of it. Allow yourself to open yourself up to him and let him do everything else. I encourage you. I encourage you. And if you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, I encourage you to find a local church to get with someone that can lead you, into salvation, because it's simple. Will you be perfect? Are you perfect? No, there's no perfect person on this here earth. I don't care what leader, what title that we have. No, none of us are perfect. But I know he can perfect us in him. God bless you. I encourage you to ask yourself, how long will I stay here? How long will I remain? And do something about it. God bless you. I'll see you next week, Lord's will, for Wisdom Wednesday. Keep the testimonies coming. Keep the prayers coming. I welcome any seeds to the ministry, to the different things that different things that come out of this ministry that I do for the community. I welcome and I thank you, and I'm so appreciative. If you desire to send any seeds, you can send them to Cash App, and it's on. Well, I thought I had it. I just put it up now. It is on renovating Cash App $ renovating lives. But I appreciate you. There's no seed that is too small. Thank you for all of your support, and I'll see you next week.